Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. RHOC Vicki Gunvalson on what she said no to in Season 18. Vicki Gunvalson might be a friend this season on The Real Housewives of Orange County, but that does not mean she will be a puppet. During a recent episode of her new podcast, Vicki told her fans exactly what she refused to do this season. The OG of the OC has made multiple appearances so far on Season 18. Vicki, who starred in the first 13 seasons of RHOC before being demoted, is still making waves on Season 18. She explained that she returned for yet another season to support her friend Shannon Beater. As RHOC fans are aware, Shannon was arrested for DUI in September 2023, shortly before production began. Perhaps Vicki's most talked about appearance this season came on the Traitors-themed episode, when Teddy Mellencamp quipped "Welcome Housewives," and Vicki went viral. Of course, Vicki did not like the put-down and said as much on Melissa Gorga's podcast. Of the episode, she claimed, "This is not what I created as a reality show." While Vicki still creates memorable moments for fans, she will not do everything production asks of her. Vicki Gunvalson reveals exactly what she refused to do on RHOC Season 18. On a recent episode of her My Friend, My Soulmate, My Podcast show, Vicki shocked fans by claiming she was asked to confront some of her castmates at Jennifer Padranti and Ryan Boyajian's engagement party. Typical Vicki wanted to leave because it was freezing and the venue lacked seating. But she claims they asked her to stay longer. It is unclear who they are, but one can only assume she is talking about production. And this is about Jen and Ryan's engagement. They're like, well, it is, but it's really about the season and what's happened everywhere, so this is giving everybody a platform to talk about it. I said, no, this is about Jen and Ryan, Vicki explained. Someone she refers to as a friend then asked her to confront her frenemy Tamra Judge and newbie Katie Janela. And he said, listen, if this is your reality where you are not comfortable, I want you to approach Tamra. I said, not going to do it. This is Jen and Ryan's night. He then said, what about you confronting Katie about talking about Heather Dubrow? I said, not going to do it. Not my business. And he goes, Dan, you're not going to do anything. I said, what I'm going to do is go home. Fans can see for themselves if Vicki stays out of the drama when new episodes of The Real Housewives of Orange County air on Thursday nights on Bravo. Vicki Gunvalson, the OG of the OC, is never one to shy away from controversy or speak her mind. But in Season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC, there was something even Vicki, the queen of reality TV drama, had to draw the line on. Known for her loud, unapologetic personality and her trademark cry of "whoop it up," Vicki's return to the RHOC fold was a triumphant moment for longtime fans. But behind the scenes, there were moments when the insurance mogul had to stand her ground, and in true Vicki fashion, she didn't mince words about it. In a candid interview, Vicki opened up about what exactly she said no to during the whirlwind filming of Season 18. And it turns out, even the Housewives franchise, famous for pushing its cast members to their emotional limits, found the OG's boundaries. Vicki Gunvalson's dramatic return. When Vicki first made her return to the series, it was with fanfare, emotional reunions, and of course, some old wounds being reopened. After stepping back from her full-time role a few seasons ago, Vicki was back in the spotlight, ready to mix it up with the newer cast members. The excitement was palpable. Viewers had missed her signature woohoos and her roller coaster ride of emotions. But as much as Vicki was ready to be part of the action again, she was also older, wiser, and as she put it, not putting up with any bullsh asterisked anymore. Gone were the days when Vicki would blindly walk into the lion's den. She was back, but on her own terms. Drawing the line, no to forced drama. One of the first things Vicki revealed was that she refused to engage in manufactured drama. In the past, she had found herself caught up in situations where she felt she was being manipulated by producers to stir the pot. In Season 18, she made it clear from the start, she wouldn't be anyone's puppet. I'm not here to fake it, Vicki explained. I'm not going to create drama just for the cameras. If something happens naturally, fine, but I'm done being pushed into fights that don't matter. This decision came from years of experience. Vicki had been part of some of the most iconic fights in Housewives history, but as she returned for season 18, she was determined to control her own narrative. She wasn't about to be dragged into petty arguments or alliances that didn't feel authentic to her. And she certainly wasn't going to let anyone dictate how she should feel or react in any given moment. No to revisiting old traumas. Another big no for Vicki this season. Diving into her past relationships, especially her tumultuous romance with Brooks Ayers, which had been a source of endless drama in earlier seasons. For years, Vicki had dealt with the fallout from her relationship with Brooks, particularly the scandal surrounding his cancer diagnosis, which many believed was fabricated. While RHOC producers were eager to revisit that storyline, hoping to stir up emotions and possibly create new tension, Vicki shut it down. "I'm done with Brooks. I've moved on, and I don't need to rehash that pain for anyone's entertainment," she said firmly. "My life is in a different place now, and I'm not interested in living in the past." It was a bold move, especially considering how central the Brooks storyline had been to Vicki's arc during her original run. But for Vicki, this was about self-preservation. She had spent years rebuilding her life, her reputation, and her business, and she wasn't about to let the shadow of her ex pull her back into a dark place. Standing firm on her relationships. One of the other key areas where Vicki drew a line was around her personal relationships, particularly her relationship with her fiancé, Steve Lodge. Over the years, Vicki's love life has been scrutinized, criticized, and at times, ridiculed by both the other housewives and the viewers. But in season 18, Vicki wasn't about to let anyone come between her and Steve. There were a few moments where the other girls tried to question my relationship, and I wasn't having it, Vicki shared. "I've been through enough heartache and drama in my relationships. I know what I have with Steve, and I'm not letting anyone plant seeds of doubt." In one particularly intense scene, one of the housewives made a snide comment about Vicki's history of failed relationships, hinting that maybe her judgment when it came to men wasn't the best. But Vicki, in true Gunvalson style, wasn't about to let that slide. "I told them, look, my past is my past, but I've learned from it. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. And that's the truth," she said. "I'm stronger now. I know what I want, and I'm not going to let anyone make me feel like I don't deserve happiness." The no heard around the OC, perhaps the most dramatic no Vicki gave this season, involved a proposed cast trip. As every Housewives fan knows, the group trips are notorious for being breeding grounds for fights, breakdowns, and some of the most iconic moments in reality TV history. But when the season 18 trip was pitched, Vicki wasn't having it. "I said no to the trip," Vicki revealed. "I'm not getting on a plane and flying across the world just to be yelled at and ambushed. I don't need that kind of stress in my life anymore." While the other women were eager to jet off to some far-flung destination, Vicki made it clear that she was setting boundaries. "I've been on enough trips where it all goes sideways, and I'm not interested in that anymore. I'd rather stay home, have a glass of wine, and enjoy my life." Her decision not to go on the trip was met with shock and even some disappointment from the other housewives. But Vicki didn't budge. For her, it was about prioritizing her mental health and her happiness over a few days of drama for the cameras. The evolution of Vicki Gunvalson. What's clear from Vicki's experience in season 18 is that she's grown. She's no longer the woman who will say yes to anything for a storyline or to appease producers. She's lived through enough drama, both on and off camera, to know where her boundaries lie. "I've been doing this for a long time," Vicki said, "and I've learned that saying no can be just as powerful as saying yes. I'm not the same Vicki I was when I started this show. I'm stronger, smarter, and I know what I want." And what does she want? A life filled with love, success, and most importantly, peace. Because after 18 seasons of whooping it up, even the OG of the OC deserves a break.